Finally, scientists succeed in developing a magical formula by which any human being can take any form he wants, be tall, be powerful. Even he can choose the color of his eyes, which means that in short, he becomes perfect. But he will get all this after 16 years. There are still 3 months left for Telly to turn 16, and after that she can go to the world of those perfect people whom she is watching from a far distance from the roof of her building. Her boy has gone to that world after being transformed. Telly breaks the security to meet him, but the world here seems like a robotic world and is being controlled by a special protocol. The security team finds out about his presence here, goes and they try to catch her, but somehow she escapes on a flying skate with one of her friends. Telly is going to fight against these people by telling the truth about this world. Will it be successful? To know, let's go to the detailed explanation of the film. For many years, the war to obtain fossil fuels, petrol, diesel, coal continued in the world, and finally scientists are able to develop such a source flower, which will end all the energy problems of the world. But once again, humans have divided themselves on the basis of beauty, ugliness, strong, weak. Finally, scientists have also solved this. After 16 years of age, any person can take the form of his choice, which makes it perfect, and he can stay in the advanced city. This couple, Telly and Paris, are eagerly waiting to turn 16, so that they too can live a fun life in the city after getting their own transformation. Paris is a day away from turning 16, while Telly is still 3 months away. Today, they are promising each other that they will be together forever. Next day, a ceremony is observed, in which all the 16-year-old students are told about living in the city by selecting their desired form, which we find here that all this system is being run by a woman named Dr. Cable. Before leaving, Telly and Paris promise to meet at the bridge in a month, and he will tell everything about city's life. Telly is eagerly waiting for that day. She reaches the bridge after doing all the security checks, but Paris doesn't come there. She hides from the security and reaches city and puts on a fallen mask, which changes her completely. The world here is very colorful and everyone seems very happy. The party was on full beat, but everything felt artificial. Telly wanders around and eventually finds Paris, who was having fun with the girls at the time. But he was not happy to see Telly here and starts behaving strangely with him. At the same time, City's machine scans Telly and she runs away wearing a safety jacket. The security machine on the bridge sees him and asks him to surrender. Meanwhile, a girl named Shay helps him and sits him on the flying board and runs away. After this meeting, both of them become very good friends. Shay teaches Telly how to fly board, and she also meets her friends. As time goes by, Shay and Telly become very good friends, and she starts telling him everything about herself. Shay says that she doesn't want to be transformed, and she feels like she is in prison here, and he has to obey the rules made by the Cable. She further explains that there is a big world beyond this city, where people drink spring water. It is clear that they cultivate themselves and do everything by their own will. No one needs to live an artificial life. But Telly does not believe his words. That's why she takes him out of the dorm with her. Her location is not tracked, so she hangs her rings on a wood. They both reach a deserted city that was destroyed by war. Here Shay lights a fire, and along with him comes a boy named David, who is the leader of the rebels in Cable's view. Before leaves, she gives him a map. If your mood changes, follow her to Smoke. This is the place where all the rebels live. Tella comes back to the drome. Today is the day of transformation, but Cable stops her transformation and calls her office to tell her that your friend Shay is missing, and we believe that David has kidnapped her. He controls people's mind and also planning to destroy this beautiful city, and they have very dangerous weapon. And we are sure that you have the address where she has gone. If you help us to reach that place, then you will be transformed. Cable also sends Telly to Paris to convince her, and she finally agrees to help them. Before leaving, Cable gives her a tracking locket. Following the map, she arrives at the White Flower Garden. Suddenly, a fire breaks out and David appears with it, and takes her to a new location where her friend Shay and many other people are. Before taking the smoke, David was testing everyone here to see if any of them were traitors. Shay and Telly were very happy to see each other. Next day, they all go on a mission to burn the white rose. When Telly asks, David tells her that he's been lied to, that white rose creates energy. In fact, they are destroying the beautiful green place where they grow. The land becomes barren. Shay was setting fire to them when she slipped and fell down from the helicopter. Cable has found Telly's location and sends soldiers to capture Shay and David. But before that, Telly saves Shane by risking her life, by which all the people here believe that she is with us, and after that all the people goes to smoke. It was a very beautiful place with big river. People grow their own vegetables, and they help each other. There is no restriction for anyone here, and no artificial life. While living here, Telly began to like this place, and David and they both start to like each other. But Tilly still suspected that these people have some dangerous weapon with which they want to destroy city. Finally, one day she asks David. He brings her to his parents' house. For the first time in her life, Telly saw the parents and their child, who resembled each other very much, which seemed very strange. David's parents say that he was the main researcher of surgery in the city. A lot of people die during surgery, which Cable doesn't let anyone know about, and during the surgery a special chip is implanted to control his mind, which makes him look happy all the time. But they have become a robot. We were going to tell all this to the people, but before that the Cable got to know, and we ran away from there. We are developing a surgically controlled formula to heal humans so that they can live normal lives again. After knowing all this, she decides not to support Telecable, and she takes off the pendant and throws it, but she didn't know that throwing it into the fire will activate it. And with that the Cable reaches the location of the smoke. Paris wasn't completely under Cable's control. She still had a feeling for Tella in her heart, so she upgraded Paris and made her stronger, and reaches smoke with their soldiers, and it captures all the people present there. This time the soldiers of the Cable had become very strong and no one could fight them. Cable asks David's parents about it, but they don't give any answer. David was sitting on some distance from them watching all this. He wanted to surrender, but Telly stops him from doing so. Cable gives them one last chance to tell them, but they don't respond, and with that, she signals to Paris, who kills David's father by turning his head. And with that, David and Telly come forward. Everyone here comes to know that Telly has come here on the request of Cable, and she has sent the location. Telly runs away and sets off an explosion, causing everyone to run away, also David. But Cable catches up them all again, except David and Tella. She meets David and tells him that she used to be with the Cables, but since she found out the truth about the city, she is with them. They both decide to go to the city to save their people. With the help of Telly's friends, they write smoke leaves in the sky. Cable's jets are busy stopping them. Meanwhile, she goes to Tella City and rescues everyone, but the Shay was transferred by Cable, and she also captures the others as well, and gives them a chance to choose one, death or transforms. Meanwhile, a war helicopter comes there and throws fire at them with a fire gun. The machine breaks and David's mother steals the anti-syrup while running away. When they come out, they are confronted by Paris, who falls down the building after being pushed by Telly during the fight. All these people go far away from this city. Now David's mother had an antidote with which she can make everyone in the city the same as before, and she wanted to experiment on Shay. But she doesn't agree because now she felt good about being pretty, and she wanted to go back to the city. Shay does not want to leave him alone in the city. Telly decides to go with him and asks David and his mother to wait for him. After some time, the Cable soldiers capture Telly. She has now become pretty, and now she is looking for an opportunity when she can make everyone here normal as before. This is the end of the movie. If you like my explanation, please like and subscribe to the channel.